Eagles at Redskins, Week 16, Saturday football, division rivalry. It's about as excited as I can get for this game. Look, I wish I could be all just, smiles and giggles, and, I wish I could be like one of these people that makes videos and just show passion only when my team wins, but anyways, I'm not going to be like that. Some real Eagles fans that, just get excited when your team wins and, don't care about pointing out what's wrong with the team. But anyway, this game is going to tell a lot, because you got a circumstance where, and I said this earlier this week, the Eagles have, in my opinion, just as good a chance as making it into the playoffs as they do not making it into the playoffs. I think there's a good chance Dallas will catch a loss during one of these last two games, but I don't want to have to think like that. And that's why I'm so down on this team right now, because they didn't take care of business for themselves. They have to rely on what other people are doing and do the job themselves in order to get to the next step, which is to get into the playoffs. But frankly, at this point, I'm in a state where I'm just like, what would really making the playoffs do? Because I think making the playoffs could potentially do more to harm this team. And sorry if I don't focus too much on the game. I mean, let's be realistic. The Eagles should win this game. There's my prediction for the game. But there's a couple variables like Deshaun being motivated. I won't be stunned if the Eagles lose. I mean, they're on a perpetual slope down the hill right now, so I won't be stunned for a second if they lose. But let's be realistic. They should win this game. Anyway, prediction out of the way. How this can be bad if the Eagles continue to keep winning or sneak into the playoffs or just get 11 wins and not make the playoffs. It can be seen as Howie Roseman, Chip Kelly could be like, look, we got one more win than we did last year. We made progress. Things are looking better. We don't need to freak out and address every flaw that we have or try to address multiple flaws right now. We got a formula that's working. We're satisfied. 11 wins in the NFL, that's a solid fucking team. I don't want to see that. I frankly don't want to see that, because I want to see a lot of things change on this team, from drafting mentality to a mentality of last year of saying, how are we going to address the secondary? Okay, we'll take one guy, Patrick Chung, and replace him with another guy, and then that'll solve everything. Because I'm sorry, just signing Jenkins last year didn't fix the secondary. The secondary is arguably worse this year. You got the two worst corners in the league on this defense. The two worst. It would be fine if you had one that was a so-so average guy and a worst, but you got a worst and a worst. Unacceptable. That has to be remedied. I'm not going to just go into next year and say, like, oh, look, we replaced Kerry Williams with someone else. Now we got Williams and Jenkins there in the backfield, but we still got shit on the corners. Anyway, things have got to change. We got to get off this fucking fascination of Chip Kelly drafting these Oregon players. What has Huff done for us? Oh, he had a big kick return. He had a 106-7-yard kick return. There, get off the team. You suck. Anyway, it's time to break this mentality of Oregon guys being great. It's time to break away from this mentality of, we don't really need to get playmakers on defense because strategy will just overall win the day. I'm to a point now where it's like, I would like to see a playmaker or two on this defense right now. Someone that's a step above. Someone like in the secondary that could make the Pro Bowl. Like, is that asking too much? Someone that could at least sniff the Pro Bowl that plays in the secondary. Because right now, you got a collection of guys that are just going to be a bunch of never-weres in the NFL. Anyway, so I ask you as Eagles fan, to the Eagles fans out there, do you really want this team to win 11 games and either just make it to the playoffs or just make it out of the playoffs? Like, do you really care if Dallas wins the NFC East? Like, I would rather the Eagles make it over them, but at the end of the day, where the fuck is Dallas going in the playoffs? Even any realistic Dallas fan will tell you they're not going to be a serious threat in the NFC. Please, as bad as the Eagles' secondary is, Dallas isn't that much better. Anyway, but anyways, not to divert this into a Dallas talk, but I mean, a lot of people as Eagles fans, they just want to be like, oh, as long as we beat out Dallas, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? How long have you been following this team if that is a goal for you? A goal is to get a Super Bowl. I've watched this team too fucking long. Been here week in and week out, suffering with this team. Spewing my passion when they lose. Spewing my passion when they win. I'm getting fucking drained because I can only spew so much more. It's time to get a fucking ring on some players' fingers that are wearing Kelly Green. Oh, excuse me. Whoa. Whew. Kelly Green, that's the previous eras. I'm sorry, Midnight Green is what they wear now. Oh, boy. I wish they would. Oh, man, I wish some of those Kelly Green teams had a few rings. Anyway, yeah, it's to the point now where it's like, okay, good, congratulations, you won another NFC East. And what? And what? Oh, we got bragging rights over Dallas? That's what bragging rights over Dallas means to me. Absolutely nothing. It's like, who cares? That's our goal each year, is just to have bragging rights over everyone in the NFC East. Fuck that noise. I've seen my team get bragging rights over Dallas way more years of my life than I haven't. It's old. It's something I've seen enough. This Dallas team is going nowhere. Let them win the NFC East. All right. Oh, I'll cry into my pillow tonight. The Dallas Cowboys won the NFC East. Like, is that really what you're worried about, Eagles fans? Because right now, I'm worried about fixing the problems on this team. Fixing the mentality of a coach that I feel has genius traits in his play calling and his ability to put a team together, but can be a stubborn hard ass sometimes that I don't know why Sproles doesn't get on the field more often. Like, I don't know why. A rational, common man's logic would tell you Sproles should at least be on the field to draw coverage his way, draw attention his way. Forget about him getting 10 touches a game. He can't even get on the field for 10 snaps per game. It's like, what is going on there? Why is Polk not used on every single goal line set of downs every time? Why not? Why is Bradley Fletcher in single man coverage on Dez fucking Bryant? As if the first touchdown wasn't enough, they let him go single man again for the second touchdown, single man over for the third touchdown. I think Kerry Williams got in the mix in one of those times, or Late Allen. Late Allen was like, oh, let me run over. I'm 10 seconds late to the play, but I'll still act like I'm coming over. I mean, look at this. What happened here? What the fuck happened here? Oh. Anyways, Eagles and Redskins. And just to guilt trip some of the Redskins fans, because I know how much you guys hate the Cowboys, look at it this way. If you root for the Eagles to lose to the Redskins, you're inadvertently rooting for Dallas to get into the playoffs. Think about that, Redskins fans. If you root for the Redskins to win this game, not only are you rooting for your team to get a worse draft pick, but you're inadvertently rooting for Dallas to get into the playoffs. Because if the Eagles were to win, they're now tied with the Cowboys, and maybe the Cowboys lose. And anyway, sorry, just trying to guilt trip the Redskins fans. Little rivalry slap to the face there, if you will. Anyway, I want to see things change. And again, it's not like I'm going to be like, oh, fuck, they won 2 games, they got into the playoffs, damn, that sucks. I'll be happy. But at the end of the day, I'll also be happy if they don't win another game. If they get their dicks kicked in by the NFC least, the Redskins and then the Giants, I'll be like, oh, it is going to be the onus is going to be on making change, not should we change. It's we are going to change. This, and this. And if they go into next year with the same old shit, the fucking crowd is not going to buy it. I'm sorry, but when the biggest win of your season is beating Dallas on Thanksgiving and then having that game look like a fluke 2 weeks later when Dallas comes in and kicks your dick in the dirt in home at Philly, like, that's the crowning achievement of the season for the Eagles. It really is. Okay, they went on the road and beat the Colts. Have the Colts really looked that impressive this year? You want to say that's a big standout win? Really? Because last I checked, the Colts have been dragging their feet to the finish line. Anyway. And frankly, you may not want to say this to yourself, Eagles fans. Dallas deserves to win this division just for beating Seattle in Seattle alone. And that's 10 times more impressive than anything Philadelphia's done this year. What are you gonna say? Oh, it was impressive that we shut out the Giants at home. The Giants fucking blow this year. Oh, the Carolina game, that we kicked them in the ass. That's great. Carolina sucks too. Anyway. Bring it on, Redskins. Let's go. Let's get this NFC rivalry going. There, I'm pumped. And remember, Redskins fans, rooting for your team to win is rooting against a good draft pick and rooting for the Cowboys to make the playoffs. Everyone have a good day, a better tomorrow, and fuck the Dallas Cowboys. Go Eagles.